to me the nameplate?
Judge Eboni K. Williams.
So the only thing that matters in this particular courtroom is how I see it. I am from North Carolina by way of Louisiana with some West Coast cool and a New York edge. Do we have a problem, ma'am?
No, I don't, Your Honor.
Equal justice is all about the most important values of our country: freedom, integrity, and those are the things that I'm striving for. Ma'am, you run your household, this man gets to run his. I decided to become an attorney and pursue the law. I wanted to be a voice for the voiceless. This court cannot hold this woman accountable. People from all sectors of life, black, white, purple, gay, straight, queer, and that's what equal justice with Judge Eboni K. Williams is all about.
Sarah Jones claims she and her boyfriend were planning to have a baby, but he cheated and refuses to pay for her frozen eggs. Mike Saunders says he told his ex he was ready to settle down to stop her constant nagging.
Today I see Sarah Jones as the plaintiff and Mike Saunders as the defendant. Welcome to you both. Ms. Jones, why are you in my courtroom today?
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm suing my ex-boyfriend Mike for breach of contract for breaking our agreement to start a family when he cheated on me. Wow. And he owes me $14,300.
Tell me a little bit more before I get the defendant's side. What did he promise to do? What did he breach? And what in the world cost $15,000 almost?
Well, I was with Mike for 3 years. About a year and a half into our relationship, he said that he would propose, but he wanted to wait till he got his promotion. And we talked about having children, we talked about getting married, but he said he didn't want to do any of that until he got this promotion. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I was, you know, I'm of a certain age, I'm ready to have kids, and so I was kind of like wanting to put a timeline on things. He agreed to have me freeze my eggs, and this is the cost of me freezing my eggs, because I had a girlfriend who had like 3 kids, and I was saying it's about time for us to move forward. He did agree, and I have a signed contract from him.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Okay, and whose idea, just so I'm clear, Ms. Jones, who brought up the concept of kind of stopping the clock, theoretically, your biological clock, that is, to freeze the eggs? Was that your idea that he agreed to, or was that this man's idea? Well,
I told him to sort of give me a timeline, you know, and so he said that he wanted to wait for this promotion, which I actually moved with him to Texas for.
Let's go ahead and see the evidence. This is getting to be a lie here.
Alexis, just take everything
give everything you have, ma'am, to my bailiff. Don't worry, sir. I'm going to get your side in a second. I really need to see this. Thank you, sir. Okay, let's see what we're dealing with here. This is dated, and I see 2 signatures here. Sir, that is your signature?
Yes.
So let's have a little biology lesson, Mr. Saunders. Do you know that when a baby girl is born into the world, that she's born with all of the eggs she'll ever have? Do you know that?
Yes. I mean, I'm familiar with the dating, loving, baby-making scenario and how it plays out.
Okay, great. So that's why you agreed to have this egg retrieval done, so that she could freeze her egg, so that her egg reserve wouldn't further deteriorate as she waits for you to get the promotion and the finances to support a family. Is that what y'all were agreeing to?
You know, sometimes you just say yes to get over something.
Oh my God.
You just agree. This flyer arrived in the mail celebrating a friend having a child. We're sitting down to dinner after a long day. We're emotional. We're happy. This came out of the moment.
Okay, but no one held a gun to your head, and you did voluntarily sign this.
Yes, and once again.
Okay, that's all I need from you right now. I'm gonna come back to you in a minute. Man, let's get to you. Okay, so let's see the purported expenses, because again, I'm trying to see what adds up to $14,300.
Yes.
So I see an invoice here. This looks about right. This is what we talk about when we talk about paying for a kid's rent before it's even born. Okay, and I've paid, I think, 3 years, so I understand. In New York City, I understand. And then I see this is a $3,000 invoice, Ms. Jones. What is this for?
That is when I had to move back from Plano, Texas to LA after I caught Mike cheating on me in a parking lot with his coworker.
To move back. You didn't have to.
I chose to move back, but he cheated on me.
You got one more time, Mr. Saunders. Okay, so we're going to get to this, but this is your moving expenses to move away from him because you're no longer wanting to build a family with him because you're saying he's a cheater.
Right.
Mr. Saunders, what do you say about yourself as a cheater? Did you do it?
True.
Okay. Tell me about it.
Stepped out of our relationship. You can see from just this brief moments together, it's tense at home. It's combative at home. We can't agree on the same thing. Even though she heard those words from the beginning, I want to wait. I want to get this promotion. Let's go to Texas.
Did you ever get the promotion?
Yes, I did.
No, I'm just, no, I really
Much
wasn't trying to be
after
funny.
she left.
Okay, so eventually you got the promotion. But before you got to that part, after you've signed this cute little baby contract, after you've asked this woman to move with you halfway across the country to support you in your professional advancement so you can make the money to have the family on your terms so that you're comfortable, which, by the way, I respect. I want to be very clear. I believe that a man should be tasked with providing and protecting his family.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
The clock is not going to rewind for this man's infidelity and broken promise. And I know that hurts you, but do you want to be a mother? Do you want a family?
Yes.
And later,
While we was at the airport, getting ready to load the plane, he texted me and said that, forget it. He canceled.
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. This is Equal Justice. Equal Justice is back with a dispute between Sarah Jones and her ex Mike Saunders over who should pay for her frozen eggs.
But yet, before you could get to that position, you decided to run around on this woman. Tell me about that.
I would not classify that as running around. It was a mistake at a bar after a long day of work, co-workers hanging out. It wasn't planned. It just happened.
Was it the only time you cheated, sir?
Correct.
Okay.
The only time.
The only time he told me about.
Okay. So you actually you confessed this indiscretion.
I caught them.
Yes.
Oh, she caught. Okay, well,
Yeah.
never mind. You don't get no
The
credit for
only
that.
time. It's never happened
Never mind. You don't
before.
get any credit for that, Mr. Saunders. You were caught in the act. Okay.
Absolutely.
So let's go to you, Miss Jones. After you see that this man has been unfaithful, after all of this agreement and commitment, really, I want to say on both of y'all's parts, this sounds like two people that had love, commitment, and a plan. Then you, sir, by your own admission to this court, broke that plan, and you respond how, Miss Jones?
I moved back to.
So you ended it
I moved
immediately?
back to Los Angeles. Yes, I left Plano, Texas, where I didn't know anybody, I didn't have family, I didn't have friends, and I moved back to Los Angeles.
And were you working in Plano, Texas?
I'm a teacher, so,
Okay.
but I got paid much less in Texas.
So you took
than
a
I
pay
did.
cut to go there.
Yes.
I understand.
And he's acting like he didn't have any money. He was waiting for a promotion, but he still had a good job.
Well, he looks like he got some money today.
Well, not good enough. Not
Yeah.
good enough for two more people to come into the
No,
world.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I just credited you, sir, with the
appreciate it.
discipline to want to have the finances to support 2 children and a wife. So that part's good. What's not good is interrupting that plan that she committed to and you invited her to have even a one-night indiscretion, sir. That's going to
agree
totally
with you.
disrupt everything.
The world is not perfect.
No, I know
we all
that.
make
And mistakes happen.
Yeah.
But guess what also happened, Mr. Saunders? Consequences.
I'm not the age of the indiscretion that I caught him
Oh,
with.
it was a younger woman.
Yes, yes. And now I've wasted all this time. I am the age I am now, and
Yeah.
I'm single, and I have no
So let me ask you your
prospects.
plan. Let's get to it. We know he did what he did and you did what you did. Now, are you planning on using these eggs with a new man? Are you thinking about a donor? Lots of women, Ms. Jones, at your particular age and mine, are pursuing single motherhood by choice. They are availing themselves to cryo banks all across the country, and they are having their children because they're no longer waiting on a man who may or may not show up for them to have the families that they want.
Right. Well, I would prefer to raise a child with a partner.
Sure.
That's why I was with Mike for so long, because I had this
Understandable.
sort of promise of my future.
What do you plan to do now, man? What's going to happen to these eggs?
I honestly.
The clock is not going backwards because he messed up.
There's even
So what do you
more
do?
pressure on
Exactly.
me. But anybody that I date, that I meet, I feel like, is this going to be the father of my child? That's
Yeah.
the kind of pressure that I did not ask for.
This is true. I really suggest, and I know this is devastating. When I tell you I've been there before, I've been there, Ms. Jones. It's devastating. But I am here to tell you, woman to woman. Let me, Mr. Bailiff, let me really talk to this woman because she's in a very precarious situation. And I'm being led, ma'am, to really pour into you what I know, what I've lived. Ma'am, the clock is not going to rewind for this man's infidelity and broken promise. And I know that hurts you, but do you want to be a mother? Do you want a family?
Yes.
You need to think long and hard, ma'am, about how much you are willing to sacrifice in order for you to be the mother, and I think you'd be a great mother. I can see that in your spirit and in your heart. You need to really consider how much you are willing to forego if motherhood is on your heart. Avail yourself. Science has provided you an option. It can provide you the family you want. And I know that's not the way you want to do it, Miss Jones. God knows I also believe that a child should have a mother and a father. But under the circumstances, I just want you to look at your choices, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Bailiff. The court has heard enough. I'm ready to make my ruling. Mr. Saunders, you promised this woman a family. You promised her that if she waited, if she followed your dream, if she put her heart's desires on the back burner for your timeline and comfort, she would be rewarded with up to 2 children. How do I know that? Because you admitted that you signed a paper to prove it. You broke that agreement, and you broke this woman's heart. As a result, she now is in a devastating position. You don't have the biological clock that she has, Mr. Saunders. So your future as a father looks very different than hers as a mother. I agree with you that Mr. Saunders is responsible for the cost of your egg retrieval, the subsequent medications, and the 1-year storage because he made a promise and he broke it. The court is unwilling, though, to award you the $3,000 for your moving expenses. Let me tell you why. Now, I agree with you. He cheated. You decided to leave him. That's good. You could have stayed. But your decision to choose yourself is an expense that you have to bear. The court has decided to find in favor of the plaintiff, minus $3,000. That is the court's ruling.
All rise.
Judge Eboni has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $11,300.
Enjoy your midlife crisis, Mike.
You lost all this.
Have fun with Shyla.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
The confirmations, as soon as I sent it to her, she blew up my phone.
Okay.
Blew up my
I
phone.
was not blowing up your phone. I
Blew
was
up my
telling you
phone.
family's supposed to stay together regardless.
Blew up my phone. I have text right here.
This is Equal Justice. Sarah Lott claims her brother insisted she join him on vacation, but then stuck her with the hotel bill he promised to pay. Ryan Parker says he wanted to cheer his sister up, but nothing he did was good enough.
Miss Lott, why are we here today?
Well, I'm suing my cheap brother, Mr. Parker, for counseling on a commendation that he agreed that he was going to pay for, that we had an agreement for our trip for a family vacation.
Okay.
He know I'm going through a horrible divorce, a terrible divorce. He said, come on, sis, let's have a vacation. And I was like, no. He was insisting on the vacation, but I told him, no, I don't want to go because I can't afford it. But he wanted to be cheap, and then I find out at the last minute, while we was at the airport, getting ready to load the plane, he texted me and said that, forget it. He canceled.
That sounds real, real crazy. Now, explain yourself.
I told my little sis, hey, you know, you want to go on vacation just to take your mind off of things, you
Well,
know,
that's
enjoy
nice.
some time with the family. And she said no because of the hardship and everything. And in late January, she said, okay, I'll do it. And she said, but I can't, you know, do it because of I can't pay for everything. So I offered, I said, I'll do your hotel for you, you know.
So all she had to do was to get
Get
there.
her airfare and get
Okay.
there, yes.
Got it.
So I had it, and then in late March, I got the confirmation of her hotel and everything. I tried to get her where we were, and I couldn't do it.
No, you didn't.
It was a resort. So I got one that was maybe 2 to 3 hotels down from me. The confirmations, as soon as I sent it to her, she blew up my phone.
Okay.
Blew up my
I
phone.
was not blowing up your phone. I
Blew
was
up my
telling you
phone.
family's supposed to stay together regardless.
Blew up my phone. I have text right here.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
She has discovered that you have her at a discount accommodation. Now she's upset. I can't believe you convinced me to go on this vacation and then put me in that sad excuse for a hotel.
This is Equal Justice. Equal Justice is back with the case of Sarah Lott, who brought her brother Brian Parker to court over a vacation that went awry.
You got text right there. Go ahead and
Yes.
let the court see your evidence, sir. Give that to my bailiff. And you pipe down, Miss Lott. You kind of spicy over there. So you tell your sister that y'all are staying at the Bella Vista.
Yes, Your Honor.
And she says, okay, I thought we were all staying at the same place, which is a reasonable assumption on a family vacation. And you have to say, no, this is all I could give for you. I'll call and explain. And she has discovered that you have her at a discount accommodation. Now she's upset. I can't believe you convinced me to go on this vacation and then put me in that sad excuse for a hotel. I'm seeing $520 for the accommodations. And then this is the timeline of when it was agreed that y'all were going to go on the vacation. You purchased the confirmation. She finds out, and essentially very quickly in 24 hours, it goes from she's leaving on the plane to go to these lower accommodations, and then you cancel. Once your brother canceled, why didn't you turn around?
Because we was already at the airport going through TSA. I also have the receipt and the text messages.
Go ahead. Okay, ma'am. Go ahead and put everything in the
Okay,
folder.
sorry.
And I know you're real spicy there, Miss Lott. Give that to my bailiff. Thank you, sir. Let's see what you've got for the court. We really want you to come, he says. You says, oh, then this is later. You've now canceled. You told her that you canceled the reservation. Okay, so, and then she says, what am I supposed to do? Now you can get yourself a hotel that's up to your standards. You're saying that you canceled to do her the favor of letting her go find a hotel that was more suitable for her travel expectations. So you were doing her a favor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Judge Eboni's verdict when Equal Justice returns. This is Equal Justice.
It was not my idea. I told him I couldn't afford it, but he was on insisting and begging for us to go.
Right. But you could have turned around. We've all been to TSA. Now, you know, TSA is not on the plane.
I already paid for it. I took time off from work, took the kids out of school.
But if you couldn't afford it, so to me, when you say I paid for it, that
for
sounds
my
like
ticket, I paid for my
Right.
ticket, but I didn't pay for the hotel
But
room.
but he just showed me a receipt
I
that you
spent
did.
the last bit of my money that I was
Okay.
going to use to feed my kids. I thought we were feed my kids where
Okay.
we were staying at. So that's the last bit of my money that I used for my kids. But other than that, I didn't think he was going to cancel on me.
Okay. Well, that's the thing. You said it. You didn't think he was going to cancel on you. This man was trying to do a good deed. You were grateful until you weren't. And that's why the court must find in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's case is dismissed. That's my ruling.
All rise.
Judge Eboni has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's case is dismissed.
You should have just accepted the hotel.
Whatever.
Okay. You've had your day in court. Please follow me.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.